Doctor, is showtime!
Good morning. Wake up, wake up, wake up. What an absolute beautiful morning it is. And guess what? That 80% chance of rain? Not today, so we'll get to enjoy that. All right, JC, what you doing today?
Well, it looks like a Mexican fiesta in here this morning. Don't it? Beans, all kind of stuff in here. Carlos, cooking the Carlos this morning. Mexican Express, ready and fired up, ready to go. It makes me just want to whittle all day, don't you, Roy?
Yes, sir. I love to whittle.
Yeah, well, we're about to whittle up day away here in a month. D, how are you, buddy?
I'm good. How are you? With your big boy haircut. It's good to see you.
This first time you've seen me in person, isn't it?
It is, and I'm impressed. I really am. To look that good to be your age.
Oh, I shouldn't have said that.
Oh, let's not go in. Come on then, dude.
You're standing tall.
This is Brad Pitt's twin brother right here.
Twin brother. There you
This
go.
part of the show is brought to you by Hometown Market. The specials are out today in all the area papers. So, hey, go by there. They're great folks. They donated to us over the weekend to help us feed 500 down at Joe's. They furnished dessert down that way. Over on set 2 this morning, Don Lauderdale, as always, up here with little boy D. Mr. Thomas Kirk in here this morning. Thomas, good morning.
Good morning.
He called me, he's a rodeo champion from 1938. Maybe not that old, but anyway. Thomas has got a problem here, and we're going to talk about it. They won't let them whittle in downtown Athens, according to Thomas.
No,
Man, they used to do it all the time when I was
And he's wanting to set up a whittling club. That's Thomas. Don, you know how to whittle?
No.
I never figured what you got out of it. We'll talk about whittling. He's going to whittle during the show, play the game, and then we're going to interview him about why they can't whittling. And I got some news for you because I talked personally on text to Mark Yarborough, the Limestone County chairman who runs the courthouse. We're about to get something done about that. All right. Zack's up with sports this morning. We got breaking news on Aaron
some
Hernandez.
breaking news I can give y'all here in a minute.
Well, give it to us right now.
Well, Aaron Hernandez, former New England Patriots tight end who committed murders, been in jail, and just got acquitted from a couple other murders. He committed suicide. According to D, he hung himself with a bed sheet.
Yep.
So he took care of himself.
Well, I hate to say this, but ooh. What a loss. Anyway, let's move right along. What are you cooking today?
Today we're doing a chicken and refried bean nachos.
Ain't nothing like refried beans at 6 in the morning, is it, Roy?
That's right, man. That'll gas you up.
Woo,
It's
ready
good
to
before
go.
you go to the
Clean your
beach.
system out. Let's get this party started. Here's Glory with a fantastic weather forecast.
It is today anyway. 65 degrees out there already this morning. A little bit cooler, actually. The wind's blowing a little bit cooler than it was yesterday morning. I guess with all that humidity from those storms that we're passing through, things are just a little bit cooler today. But 65 feels good out there. 83 for your high today. Look at your low of 61 tomorrow. 84 for the high. Only 20% chance of showers today and tomorrow, but it does look like we're in store for a rainy weekend here in the area.
I ain't gonna be here.
Rainy, I know. I just checked the Orange Beach is going to be not rainy, so I am so sorry for you guys. But
Well,
we
maybe
do need
he's
the
storming
rain,
down
so
there.
it's
Ain't got
good.
there yet.
That's right.
Ain't got there yet.
My two tomato plants need.
Hey, Valley Smiles brings you this portion of the show. Dr. Alan Coleman will have a new spot running for him before long. Speaking of Orange Beach, I did this yesterday on Judge Jamie. Did you see how many people that the floor of Bama had for 3 services
Yeah, I
on
did.
Easter? 3,000.
Yeah, they set the tent up outside. Awesome.
Yeah,
That church is
3,000.
That was really
Yeah,
good.
they used to be a Methodist church, and the pastor left, and another church took it over.
Well, we interviewed the guy that was there, the chaplain with the Army
He was
or Air
with the-
Force or something,
Yeah.
young guy, and then this guy took over, but we've got a
Army,
30-minute
maybe.
special on. But Papa Rocco now offers a church service at his place.
Does he really?
And get this, he's preaching. Was going to preach a service.
Well,
Aunt
that ought to be
Rose,
interesting.
his
You're
wife,
a
I influenced him.
well, right, and you got your collar and stuff from doing weddings,
Roy
so they need
gave
to
me a
have you
collar.
in.
I don't wear the collar too much. You know, I potentially could. I may go to that at a.
No.
That may be my other calling, Don. You never know. about
sure
that.
You just keep your
Hey,
day.
while we're on the subject, I saw this cut this out of one of the papers. Billy Graham does a thing on there. He's still alive, and it talks about everybody's worrying about something. Everybody's worried. Roy, you won't have no worries looking at you. You're stress free.
Don't worry.
Rarely do I worry.
Yeah, well.
It doesn't do any good.
Jesus said this, well, can any of you by worrying at a single hour to your life.
No.
But how do you live
away from your life.
without, you know?
Easier said than done, but you have to
What?
try.
It actually shortens your life.
Yeah.
Yeah, it creates
Don, comment
It
on
takes
that.
work to not worry.
You can't add, the Bible says you can't even add a stature or an inch to your, your height and everything. Don't worry. Be happy.
Don't worry.
I wish I could be like that.
And do you know that verse is the basis for one of the most popular songs of the late 70s?
Be happy.
No, the late 70s.
Dust in the Wind.
Yeah.
Just is it?
Yeah, the guy who wrote it, the Kansas lead guitarist, became a Christian and wrote that, Carry On Wayward Son, and a couple of other ones that were all based out of, come out of Ecclesiastes and that verse and a couple stuff from Proverbs.
Well, ain't you a biblical
Well,
historian?
look at that. I know. See, you
You
just...
remind me of that great biblical scholar, attorney Bill Matthews.
Oh, I don't know if I can keep up
Oh,
with
his
Bill.
quote was,
Bill's good too.
always read your, you always get better in Sunday school class if you read the lesson before you get there.
That's good. That's good.
Boy, it's deep. See, Bill wouldn't know stuff like
That's some
that.
deep stuff, Bill. Let's go to Zack right now with KFC Sports.
Welcome to ZTV 11 Sports, brought to you by KFC. Best fried chicken in Athens and Limestone County. Also, go to Herbs and More for any of your healthcare needs. Go see Abby for the manager special. This MSM, I promise you, you need it, go get it, it'll help you out. I need to mention a couple things real quick. Clint Legg's Mama Martha Big, and we call her Big M Leg. She's having a procedure this morning, so remember her. And the sheriff just walked in, and let's remember Debbie. I believe she's going to have another surgery May the 1st, and let's remember Debbie in your thoughts and prayers. And it's yard sale season, Brad.
Already?
Friday and Saturday at my house. 21249
Your house?
Lane.
Well, the Mighty Chapel tractor thing ain't even this weekend.
Right off of Elton Road. They're having it. They're just using my house.
Y'all got that same old junk you got every year?
BamaZack@gmail.com if you
Good
need it.
stuff.
No, we actually got a few new things, a few new items. So show up. If you got any yard sales, email me. Or if you need to advertise, make the call, y'all. 230-1123. I got to throw that in there.
Is that it?
Hey, roof construction delays Mercedes-Benz Stadium opening, and Alabama FSU game might be played at the Georgia Dome. They've already started taking part of it down, but they've told
They
us.
said it would be on schedule.
Well,
The story
You just ain't got
yesterday
a place
was...
to park.
Right.
they said if they can get that roof, they're having problems with the roof right now. So we'll see. 8-day games this weekend, and if you go or watch it on ESPN at 2 o'clock, you can see junior college transfer Isaiah Buggs, who can make a big impact this year. I don't think he's going to be another Jonathan Allen, but if he can just help out a little bit, that'll be a big help for the Crimson Tide on defense. And real quick, West Limestone's Brianna Tarpley is swinging for the fences. In 5 games last week, she went 14 for 27, 5 home runs and 2 doubles.
Is anybody ever graduated out there worth anything at
Hey,
West
she's going-
Limestone?
Hey.
Reed Blankenship's going
He's
to
flying the colors.
Reed Blankenship's going to MTSU.
He's also got a gun. So be
She'll be attending
Anybody
Northeast
carry a gun now?
Mississippi
We're
Junior
going to talk
College.
about that.
Back to you, Joe.
Can't they?
Is that not the dumbest thing that anybody has
We're going to talk about that in a minute.
I don't know if it passed yet or not. I mean,
It didn't pass yesterday, did it?
did it pass through the Senate or go through the Senate and House vote?
That's going to be a Judge Jamie question just a second. I think it passed through the Senate.
So let everybody
Wait a
carry
minute,
a
I
gun
just-
after we
huh?
complained about no permits.
I knew it was up for a vote,
No,
but I
it's
know.
waiting for Senate. It passed through the House.
Senate okays concealed carry and weapon permit right here. Mr. Mike Blakely, the finest sheriff in America.
No doubt.
Alabama will join 11 other states that could conceal handgun without getting a special permit in a 25-8 vote approved by the NRA-backed legislation to do away with the requirement for a permit to carry a gun out of sight.
I think you got to have a permit.
Wow. Don't touch, Sheriff. Don't touch.
Does away with a very valuable tool for law enforcement. There's no telling how many crimes have been prevented where a law enforcement officer stopped some of these thugs that could not get a permit, and because they had a gun concealed on them, they were able to arrest them, take the gun, and they were probably headed down the road to commit a crime, something like that. I can't have statistics show that, but common sense tells you numerous times, thousands of times over the last decade, we stopped people that shouldn't
But
have.
why, if all the sheriffs in all 63 counties in Alabama were against that, did they? Now, I know it ain't approved yet because it got to go through the House. Why did they vote in overwhelming majority to approve this?
Well, I'm going to say something that's probably going.
I don't care. Go ahead.
Probably going to agitate our legislators. But,
Agitate 'em.
back used to, if our legislators, if they were going to pass a bill that pertain to a certain profession, they would really want the advice and some input from those people that were involved in that profession. This bunch we got down there, they don't give a damn. They think they know everything, and I mean, I'm sorry, folks, but if you fit, just wear it.
Tell us how you really feel.
And probably because NRA is lining their pockets with plenty of campaign funds.
You know, how many times do you hear nationwide, get rid of guns, get rid of guns?
Is there any?
We're all for guns, but do it the right way.
Is there any truth to the rumor, and will you announce today that you may seek Luther Strange's Senate seat,
Go straighten
United
it
States
out.
Senator?
You can say that I ain't even thought about that. I'm not gonna think about that.
Well, I'm going to inform you right now something. I've already been named a position in the new governor's cabinet as tourism director as soon as Stacey George wins the election.
Yeah.
Well, now that's a thought.
He's on the radio a lot ago. I was listening to
He was up here last week,
No,
and I talked to him yesterday. But with that in mind, let's take a break. We'll come back, play a little bit of Judge Jamie, talk to Sheriff just a little bit too. Y'all hang on. Mike Blake, I know that sounds like a racehorse. Sometimes somebody might refer to me as a jackass. That's why I use that music right there. Thomas, this is the way we play this game. Wrong answer, right answer. Here we go. Got over there, Sheriff Mike Blakely joins us this morning. Governor Ivey has moved to special. By the way, we're live on Facebook this morning. Glad to have the finest sheriff in America in here this morning.
Yes.
Fit and trim and ready to go. She has cut Big Luther down to size, it looks like. What a conspiracy going on with the love gov. When will the new election be?
December the 12th will be the general election.
General election. I'm talking about when will
August is when they're going to have the
very
the
good
primary.
answer. That is correct.
But the general election for that will be December the 12th.
Are you saying you will not seek the Senate seat?
After a lot of consideration, I've decided I'll stay here in Limestone County.
We need him here.
Who is the first one in to throw their hat into the ring?
Ed Henry.
Ed Henry. How many of you people you think right now will try to get that?
Oh.
I would say you'll have a field of probably at least 4 or 5 running for it.
Well, if I can get Roy to back me, I'm going to run.
Now, the good thing about that is you don't have to give up your seat in the House to run for that.
Because it's a special election, right?
It's a special election.
Right.
What about Arthur Orr?
I don't know. I thought he was wanting to run for governor.
Yeah.
Arthur or who?
Is Tommy Battle going to run for this or for governor?
Tommy Battle may run for governor. You don't ever know. According to the News Courier, you know, they always have this is a certain day, certain day. What was yesterday? What was that day?
Good morning,
National
Greg.
Day. Think of lineman. I'll give that to you.
Pancake day.
I'm a lineman for the county. Think of lineman. In Limestone County, how many, it says, I just find that hard to believe, how many linemen do we have at Athens Utilities?
20?
75.
20?
67, but here's the real question. How many utility poles in Limestone County?
10,000.
Yes.
Oh, no. It'd be...
Any ideas? Sheriff?
Probably more like 25, 30,000.
I'll let you have it, Mike. 50,000 according to this information.
50,000.
50,000.
Have you seen every one of them?
Probably.
Probably.
I've hit one or two.
I don't doubt that. What is the problem in Mauldin at City Hall? Indicator Daily this morning.
They got mold in the...
What is the problem in Mauldin at City Hall?
Don't know.
Can't pay the utility bill? I don't know.
We heard about the garbage cans not too long ago.
They have a group of 6 to 10 retirees that need to find another place to socialize. They come in there twice a day to drink coffee in the cafeteria, cafe area there where the workers go, and they're telling them they got to start going somewhere else.
Are they whittling?
They're taking up too much space.
I don't believe you can
That's
make
kind of like when they
can't
run
make
all the
them
folks
leave.
off up here at the courthouse when they used to have the benches out there. You know, they
Hey,
had-
that's what
Hey, that's what you're talking about.
Fix.
yeah.
You know Thomas Kirk?
We got that.
What'd you just say about that? What did you just say?
I
ran
just,
them off.
I just said that, you know, my mama used to call it the dead pecker bench.
That's what they called it that's what I referred to in Country Rover Story.
That's
Why
right.
can't they do that there anymore?
We got that fixed. Mark Yarbrough says.
I ain't said that yet.
I would hope that they could.
Don't break, don't break the
You'd be
news.
the one to have to kick them off, wouldn't you?
Well, if
the county commissioner told you to?
want them removed.
See, look at there, Thomas. You already got a
We
man
have
in
a
your
surprise
favor right
for
there,
that.
and he carries that man right there carries a big stick in Limestone County. We're live on Facebook. Thank all of y'all for joining us this morning. In Arkansas, they want to kill a bunch of folks in a short amount of time.
Assembly line.
Yeah, but there's over
Express
there.
lane.
You know, how many people have been killed in America in 1 year? They only had 20 executions in all of America last year. In 1999 was the most ever. How many were electrocuted?
70.
65.
Who said 100?
I did.
Okay, 98 would be the exact answer on that.
80 of them was in Texas.
Yeah.
That's where they got the express lane.
But I waste any
Ivanka
time.
Trump, on the day Kellyanne Conway mentioned her clothing line from the White House, what did her sales go percentage-wise up as 1 year prior to that?
10,000%.
10,700%.
I need to get her to mention herbs and more.
Hey, we'll get her down there to the house.
That's what's going to happen at Herbs more today.
What's the newest thing going to start happening here? Maybe after the All-Star game in Major League Baseball.
What's going to happen in Major League?
Something never done before.
Lower
They're
their
talking about,
prices.
there's all kinds of rules. You talking about the rule changes?
What kind of rule change?
Well, there's been a couple of them. One of them is they're going to put a man on second during an extra inning game. And what was the other
But
one?
that ain't the answer I'm looking for. The umpire is going to have a microphone on, and he's going to come out and start explaining the reason they made the call that they did. If there is
Them call umpires in the Braves game last night were terrible.
Really?
Terrible.
I don't believe that.
All right. USA Today,
That's
in
not a good
a
idea.
basement of the Fire Museum in York County on West Market Street in Yorktown, a light bulb they took out and put in a museum was still burning. When was the light bulb first put in and lasted that long?
1920.
1898.
I'll give it to you, 1904.
Yeah.
It was still going. Only
Can't make
Mike
them like that
Blakely would know the answer to this next question out of USA Today this morning.
Okay.
How much money North American consumers spent, how much money on legal marijuana products in 2016?
Legal or illegal?
Legal.
Well, I'd probably say 100 million.
Billy?
Well, I'd be 6.7, what'd you say, 100 million?
100
It's
million.
in the billions.
$6.7 billion.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah,
lot.
they made 100
On
million
legal
on tax money.
marijuana.
Legalize it.
A lot
All
of
right, now let's
taxes.
move over to some hard questions. Why was the man from Birmingham a lawyer, 62-year-old lawyer, thrown out of Highlands Church for Easter service at 9 o'clock Sunday morning?
Because he was suing the church.
Drunkenness.
What?
He was suing the church.
Intoxicated.
Drunkenness.
I think he was drunk, probably.
A lawyer.
Why?
His ex-wife was serving coffee as part of the mission that she does. She walks out of the sanctuary down Lauderdale at 7:30 and sees him sitting there. In her purse, she has a restraining order against him.
Oh, my
Hey,
God.
that's bad to get arrested at church on
10
Easter Sunday.
officers showed up and escorted him out of the building.
Wow.
They'd only been married not a couple of years. They'd been married like 4 or 5 times each. All right, easy one coming up, Zach. Only you would know the answer to that.
Yeah, that's right.
What is the newest flavor of KFC only available in Australia?
Kangaroo.
Kangaroo.
That's a good answer, but wrong.
Flavor.
Wallaby. I don't know.
You got golden now, but
said what?
You love it.
Bacon?
habanero.
You blowing up.
Tabasco Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Hey, I'm in on that. Hey, KFC and Athens, y'all get that? I'll be there.
All right, here we go. Live on Facebook. Thank y'all for joining us this morning. If y'all would like to start a GoFundMe page for me,
No.
get it going. I'm just trying to collect money. Here we go. Russia unveils a new Arctic military base in very cold area, Arctic.
No doubt.
They can have, right now, it can do 150 people can live there 18 months.
Wow.
It's on one of the largest oil and gas reserves ever located. You're shaking your head like you know the answer to this. How many barrels of oil are underneath them in that place right there?
150 million.
150 million.
I don't know.
50,000.
412 billion barrels of oil.
Have they decided who owns it yet?
That's a lot.
What is the value of that?
100 billion.
No idea.
More money than we got.
30 billion.
About $30 trillion.
Yeah, 30 bucks. 30 bucks a barrel.
Zach, give me a word from above.
Okay, today's verse will be 1 Peter 2:24. Who his own self bore our sins in his body on the tree, that we, having died to sins, might live to righteousness, by whose stripes you were healed.
And as soon as I get a sponsor for that segment, we'll take it over.
Hey,
again.
make the call, y'all, 230-1123. Say Bama Zack sent you.
A man named, Roy, you may know this one. A man from Jamaica named Harold Fairweather,
That's my first name, Harold.
97 years old, is the only person in the world to have what?
All these teeth.
Good answer.
That's a good answer.
The only person in the world that has one thing that nobody else ever has had before.
Oh, nobody.
How old is he?
50.
He's 97.
I don't know.
A
How many
living
children?
parent. His
Oh,
mother is
wow.
117 years, 39 days old.
Yeah.
And what are her two favorite things to eat? One of them is fruit. And you may know what her other favorite thing to eat is.
Jerk chicken.
Hey,
Cow's foot.
how's good?
Now, you people from the Pilot Club, y'all may be serving that this weekend. I do not know. No, pig's feet.
Now, hey, went and called me on that.
Last question.
That's not on your diet.
Last question.
That.
Last question. Why was the Brazilian amateur soccer match, why did it come to an halt over the weekend? Zach?
Brawl.
All right.
Oh,
Why did it come to a halt?
Clock run up?
Had to do with one of the officials.
Uh-oh.
Had a heart attack. I don't know.
Oh, it was a heart attack, all right.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
Get served some restraining order papers. I mean, I don't know.
Show the picture of the official. This is why it came to an halt. Because the woman there, braless, dressed like that, was filling in as an amateur official, and then when she started drinking water, she accidentally spilt it down the front of her shirt.
oh my goodness.
Wet t-shirt.
T-shirt.
Oh my goodness.
Accident.
Zach, quit staring at the
Who
screen.
complained?
We'll take a break. We got a full house. Y'all hang on.
And we are back on this Wednesday morning. Let's quickly go over that forecast. Only 20% chance of those pop-up showers, so that's a good thing. 65 degrees out there this morning. Feels just a little bit cooler because of the wind out there, but things are going to warm up quite nicely in the 80s today. Pretty much the same thing for tomorrow. A rainy weekend we are in store for. Look at your Friday, Saturday, and possibly even Sunday. And Monday looks like everything dries out with temperatures only around 73. Do want to tell you Dr. Alan Coleman has a new phone number. Write this down, 774-9020. Remember, he says, floss the ones you want to keep. That means all of them. Valley Smiles, you can find him there. He is not retired.
All righty, Roy.
Good morning.
You got Creek King. When you going to send me some photos where when I talk about Creek King, I can show them.
it.
I got thousands of them. I hadn't even thought about sending
And
them to you.
good news for you is I have got us a drone.
All right.
Or got a guy's got one and a
We don't
license.
have one.
I was interested in what Dave told us the other day. You can't use those.
We can. He's got a license. I found one.
Oh, okay.
We good to go.
We found
All
that
right.
whole
We're good to go.
Good
But
deal.
today we ain't selling river property, creek property. Today we're
But you can
selling
call him for that.
what's
Yes.
going to make you look like Roy. Kinda.
And,
The
just carry
healthiest
them.
man you've ever seen after me. I'm trying to keep up with Roy. What you got today, Roy?
Well, don't you just make you kind of sick when somebody says, "I told you so"? But I'm going to tell you something. I told you so. That's exactly where I'm at today. I've been telling y'all for years that it's not the saturated fat that's causing all the heart attacks. They told us, quit eating beef, quit drinking milk, quit eating eggs. It's all that saturated fat. That's animal fat, y'all. That's what they're saying is causing all the heart disease. Listen to this. By Dr. Mercola says, is saturated fat really the health hazard it's been made out to be? Well, it says for 60 years we've been stressing that saturated fat, animal fat, is the cause of blockages and heart attacks, the #1 killer in the industrialized world. But for years I've been telling y'all that's not what it is, and I based it on common sense. What's that? Well, my wife's grandmother lived to be 99 and a half. My grandmother lived to be 96. My dad's 95. And they all had something in common. They cooked in lard their whole lives. They ate pork. They ate eggs. They ate milk. They ate cheese. They ate all that wonderful stuff that God made for us that your body knows how to digest, assimilate, and use for your health. And yet they told us that's unhealthy. And what did they ask us to switch to? Plastic.
Fake butter.
That's right.
Margarine.
Fake butter, margarine. And not only that, polyunsaturated fats. You ever heard of canola oil? Flush it down the toilet. That is some garbage. Hydrogenated oils, they're full of these things that the hydrogenate itself tells you will oxidize inside your body. What's the #1 cause of atherosclerosis, hardening of the arteries? It's called oxidation, and they're putting things in those oils so they never go bad that oxidizes inside your bloodstream, does damage to your arteries and veins and capillaries, and that's what's causing the blockages. The very thing they told you to avoid was not doing it. The very thing they told you to switch to guaranteed something. What's that? It'd fill the hospital rooms full, and the doctors and the surgeons would have plenty to do. Come on. Now listen to me. You can keep believing they're garbage if you want to, but if it flows out of their mouths, you probably ought to do the opposite. And it's proof right here. This doctor's proven it. It says in an article published in the British Medical Journal 2013, this scientist, Mauldin, says he seriously challenges the conventional view on saturated fats and reviews how recent studies have failed to find any significant association between saturated fat and cardiovascular disease. There's no association there whatsoever. It says, in fact, he reports that 2/3 of the people admitted to hospitals, listen to this, very important information, with acute myocardial infarction. What is that? A heart attack. In other words, you got a blockage, you have a heart attack, have completely normal cholesterol levels. I told y'all Dr. Rath said it's not cholesterol at all. Here's another scientist saying it's not cholesterol at all that's causing all the heart attacks. But you know what? If you make people believe it's cholesterol that's causing all the heart attacks, what can you sell? Something to lower your cholesterol. Well, isn't it interesting that the same number of people who have heart attacks and strokes have low cholesterol as those do with high? Why on earth are we lowering everybody's cholesterol? Oh, I forgot. It's so a bunch of people make a bunch of money and guarantee you're not going to live as long. And there might be a reason they don't want you to live as long. What age can you draw Social Security? How long has Social Security been broke? You think they want you to live to be 90? You better think this through. Don't put the wrong people in power over your health, which is exactly what they did with Obamacare. Made me want to vomit. It's this dangerous stuff we're getting into here because all of a sudden somebody else can control how long you live and decide those decisions, make those decisions for you. I want to finish this out. Listen to this. This is so interesting. Certainly, when you get over age 60, the cardiovascular association between LDL cholesterol and cardiovascular mortality diminishes. Wait a minute, if cholesterol causes blockages, wouldn't it cause more blockages the older you get? Right the opposite. It diminishes. It becomes almost negligible. It says for overall mortality, there's an inverse association with LDL. That's supposedly the bad cholesterol, which I told y'all is one of the most powerful antioxidants in your body. Your body manufactures it to stop free radical damage, and yet they're lowering your stinking LDL cholesterol so they can make money off of you. Now, I'm just telling you the truth. Listen to this. For overall mortality, there's an inverse association with LDL. The higher your LDL, if you're over 60, the less likely you are to die. Woohoo! Eat your eggs, drink the milk, eat the pork, eat the steaks. Don't listen to the garbage that flows out of the mouth of people who just want to make money off of you.
Moderation.
And come to nutritional health care where you get the truth and you can protect your cardiovascular system and eat what you want to eat and still not die of heart disease. God bless all of you. I just want to
And the truth
will set you free.
will set you free. Go to Herbs and More. Get them set up. Been taking our products forever. That's right. We're going to talk to the Pilot Club of Decatur in just a moment. Sorry you missed the game. And we're going to talk a little whittling. Sheriff Mike Blakely's in here. Dee's still hanging around. And Cookie Carlos is in the kitchen this morning, too. So we'll see what them refried beans are going to do good today. All right, we'll take a break. See you, Roy. Y'all hang on.
And we are back. Let's talk about Pilot Club. Everyone knows Miss Cathy. She's been up here several different times. Good to have you.
Good morning.
She is the best player, too, in the game. You brought Jeremy with you this morning. How are you?
I'm doing great, you.
Good. I'm so sorry you guys missed the game.
Me too. That's my favorite part.
I
But
know.
I'll have to come
She's
back.
been the most excited player we've ever had, for sure. All right, many of us are familiar with the Pilot Club out of Decatur, but tell us, what do you do?
We are a charitable organization that fundraises for brain-related disorders and illnesses such as Alzheimer's and autism, and we do just many community services with the money that we raise along those lines.
And you guys have been doing this for such a very long time. How long?
Our club began in 1976, and we weren't the first one. We started in the early 1900s internationally.
You have helped a lot of folks, but this is a golf tournament that takes place. Jeremy, what will be taking place?
We're going to have our 13th annual golf tournament, and it'll be taking place at Point Mauldin
Okay.
on April 22nd. The tee time is at 8 p.m. It's a shotgun start with a 4-man scramble.
Do people need to contact you now, or can they register the day of?
They can register the day of.
Good. Gives you guys a little bit of time since that is the 22nd. All right.
We're looking possibly a little rain, so we have a rain date for...
April 29th.
Okay. So you already got a backup, which is good.
But we're going to go ahead and be out there and hope for that the rain misses.
We got a couple photos too. When you guys line up, you guys are ready to go, ready to play, and it always is a good crowd too.
It is. We're about full right now.
Good.
So
if you want to get in, you better call them, possibly even reserve those tee times too.
We only have 2 fundraisers in the year. We have our annual bean dinner in February, the end of January, and then we have the golf tournament. So all the good work we do comes from those two events. So we really
What will the
want to
funds go to, Cathy? What will they do?
We have our signature project, which is Brain Minders. That's a puppet show that we do for the children to teach them how to play safe and play smart, because the highest rate of death in children is from brain injuries, and so we want to prevent that, teach them how to wear their helmets and play safely. And that's also a program that we extend to senior citizens to keep them from falling, and it's a real funny thing that they enjoy with the puppets.
Are you guys still looking for volunteers to come and join your organization? Because I know it takes a lot of volunteers to do what you guys do.
definitely. And one of the reasons that we got into it, me and my wife Emily, and she's the chair for the golf tournament, is we experienced a TBI with her son.
Right.
And we were in the children's hospital for days, and you'd be amazed at the people that have to go through that.
Oh, I know, and staying, it's just so hard, not only on the mom and dad that has to be there, and a lot of times the father has to go back to work, the mom's there, and I mean, it's just a big strain on the family members.
It really is.
Thank you guys for what you're doing. That's awesome.
We
Always good to
appreciate
see
you.
too.
Thank you.
2 fundraisers per year, and we'll be telling you about the Bean Day Fun Day too. All right, thank you.
Thank
Good to
y'all.
be up
See you
here.
then.
All right, we are going to head over to Jamie. You know, Sheriff came in and said they can't even whittle in the courthouse anymore. Well, let's find out what the details are on that.
We are about to get down to the whole shavings on this bill. Mr. Thomas Kirk in here this morning. Good morning, Thomas.
Good morning, Jamie.
How long you been whittling?
About 65 years.
Get out of here. 65 years? Now,
65
you a
years.
rodeo man, too.
I've been a rodeo man since I was 10 years young.
You going to ride this year in Sheriff Blakely's rodeo?
I'm going to put the bull on him this year. I did last year in the bullhead. The little man right there, he don't think he can run, but he can run.
All right. Now, what's this about whittling? So, are you still whittling?
I love to whittle on the front.
Well, whittle for us a little bit right now. Do you know what whittling, what the hell they started whittling, what they whittled for?
No, just to have a contest and see who can make the biggest round ring that they can make.
Yeah, who could make the smallest curl with a knife? Now, why you using a little old bitty knife for there? Hold that dude up where Abby can see it. Why are you using such a small knife?
I'm afraid I cut my finger again. The one I used to use, I cut it twice.
So, why did they cut out whittling on the square?
Well, they put down a certain kind of
Now,
grass.
here's some pictures we're showing of people in the past whittling.
They put down a different kind of grass. Mike will tell you more about that than I can. I don't know why they. We used to go. Back then we had 4 policemen and 1 sheriff, 1 deputy. We'd always have a little fun out of them and go through that alley between the back of the limestone bank.
Right.
Limestone drug now.
Now.
Anyway, we'd jump in the garbage can. I know them boys back here doing something. We'd be back there tearing paper up and throwing it over. Jump in the can, they couldn't find us.
Now, what year was this?
That was back in, well, I'm not going to go back that far.
40s, 50s?
That was back in the early 50s.
Okay, early 50s. Now, why do y'all want to be whittling now?
It's pass the time away and make new friends and good people that I enjoy being around. And I just love to whittle, pass the time away.
You just love to whittle and pass the time away. Is that right?
That's right.
All right. What are you doing about this whittling deal? Where y'all going to do it?
Well, then come out of the house, or I don't know. We go about several places we could go to. I'm sure the man next door to me wouldn't mind this.
Well, why don't you go back to the square?
Well, they got it blocked off in new grass, and you can't go around.
Well, let me tell you some news right now. Yesterday, I sent this message to Mark Yarborough, the county chairman of Limestone County. And he says, I said, I got an unusual question for you, Mark. Why is it illegal to whittle on the courthouse square? He said, I said, man on show coming up today tells me they can't do it downtown no more. I know this ain't a question, Mark, you get every day. He immediately responded and said this, I got no idea. Never heard it before. So I sent him a message again. Well, he's on tomorrow. What can I tell him? Got any ideas? Here's what he said for you.
Shoot it.
As long as they pick up their shavings, I got no problem with them whittling on the courthouse square.
Bring you a 5-gallon bucket and you carry it home with you, and it'll kill all kind of mice, chickens, fleas, and everything else.
So if y'all pick up your shavings,
you can still whittle.
Y'all can go down there and whittle. I noticed there's 2 or 3 benches right there now on that east side.
East side of the courthouse.
If you've got the sheriff's approval and the Yarborough's approval, got your sheriff's approval, Sheriff? You just go down there and y'all go down and whittle. I'll come there and take some pictures of you.
Whittle and diddling, have a good time.
Whittle and diddling.
That's the only way I do it.
Would it still be referred to as a Dead Peckers Club?
Dead Peckers Club.
So now, don't get me in trouble if y'all go down there and leave a bunch of shavings now.
No,
I put my reputation on the line here. I'm out on a limb.
I'm over in the 55-gallon drum.
All right, so you're responsible for shaving picking up.
I sure am.
Now, if y'all got any problems, you call the sheriff. He'll take care of it.
I'll call the sheriff.
Right? Keep on whittling.
Keep on whittling.
All right, we're gonna cut you through the story right now that I did. I don't know if it's Fayetteville or Pulaski. We'll be right back with the sheriff in just a second, and D. Lauderdale and Cooking Carlos. Y'all hang on.
Where they know you by name and treat you like family. Down home, a man's good word and a hand.
Down there coming across the border and all that stuff.
They're the faces of summertime. These sun-parched souls are like a history book, written in wrinkles. They know the world's problems and how to solve them, though no one will ever know unless he just happens by the courthouse in Pulaski, Tennessee.
You got some wood? You find some wood again? You hear me? You find some wood, did you? A little bit.
For as long as anyone can remember, these old-timers, and ones just like them before them, have spent countless hours, day by day, whittling and literally shooting the breeze.
Now, what do y'all talk about out here most of the time?
Women! Oh, we see all kinds, boy, I'm telling you. That's one thing this town got.
We
got pretty women. Yes, sure. I ain't kidding you about that now. Yeah.
Women?
Yeah.
Y'all too old for women, aren't you?
Sure. We're not dead, are we? But we still can see.
You'll find these local historians in almost any town square. That is, if it's got a bench, a shade tree, and plenty of cedar on hand. According to all these so-called whittlers, when you get to where you can't diddle, you might as well whittle. Is that right?
That's right.
What y'all call this?
The LD Club.
It's the LD Club in Pulaski, Tennessee. I'm your country rover, Jamie Cooper. What's that LD stand for?
Yeah, tell him what it stands for.
Then and now.
All right,
Wow.
thank you for the call. If
That's,
I had a little thicker.
that's,
What are you talking about today? Before we
that's pretty good. I think Gloria said she was going to show some of the Masters
Yeah, we got
picture.
pictures of that.
So if you want to go run through those real quick, we can.
Over there and you didn't get stayed off.
Well, yeah, we got rained out like 4.5 hours or whatever, but it was still worth it. All right, the big thing at Augusta is you cannot carry a cell phone in. If they catch you with a cell phone, they will escort you out and you will lose your right to ever buy another ticket.
Oh, no, having a ball lady.
So that is what they have in 2 or 3 different places around the course. They have telephones, free phones. You can call anywhere in the world for as long as you want to talk. That's what they call a concession stand. There's the famous clubhouse. That's about as close as us normal folks can get to the clubhouse. They're not going to let you get up there. That's going in. The next one, I think I did one that's got the gate. It looks like Disney World. That's number one. Everybody asked me what golfers I saw, and I told them I wasn't going to see the golfers. I wanted to see the golf course. There's just not many places. That's what the gate's going in. Augusta does everything different. That place is insane. I finally saw what true wealth looks like. When you go to Augusta, you know what money looks
I
like.
tell you what true credit looks like. Come to my house.
Well, you know, they don't even got any of that over there. That's what you call all cash.
But you
in
need
that.
cheap there.
Yeah, I got a sandwich, a bag of chips, and a glass of tea. It was $4.50.
That's unbelievable. Mike, you ever played Augusta?
No, but
You high-class people get to go down there.
can you get me on over there, Sheriff?
I've never been to Augusta.
It's you can probably flash a badge and get in. I had to actually buy a ticket.
I know more people from Limestone County went this time than I believe
Really?
I've ever known. Yeah, I had
Well, Judge Woodruff used to have tickets. I wonder if he still does.
Mickey Wolf gets one every year.
Does he really?
Yeah, he's a member of the PGA. What are you doing nowadays, and where are you speaking?
Just kind of speaking everywhere, doing Modern Southern Gentlemen's. Actually, we're getting ready to start an online store. Have a lot of products coming with it. The other stuff, Guy's Guide to Good Life, still doing that on the website. Doing it on Instagram, just everything. Just everywhere, speaking wherever. All kinds of good stuff. Working on the book, writing the book, and I got to come up with a title eventually. I'm halfway through the book and haven't titled it yet. So, you know.
That's my life story.
It'll come to you in the middle of the night.
That's what it'll wake me up.
One, great one.
Well, I'm in the process now.
Oh, are you? You got a ghostwriter, or are you doing it yourself?
Robert Reeves' wife, Jackie's
Yeah.
working with me on it. We've been working on it for about 3 or 4 months.
What is it your memoirs? Oh my gosh.
Have you got a name yet?
I haven't thought of the name of it, but it's, we're going to tell it like it is.
Are you going to remove the real names, or?
Well, I might not include some of the names to protect the guilty, but I mean,
When do you think you'll be finished with it?
After next year's election.
You always campaigning, ain't you?
Well, I don't know. A few people might not agree or like what I have to say about them, so I figure, they might still vote for me. I don't know. They probably wouldn't.
I voted for you for 30 years.
Some of these people have.
So how many terms will that make you if you get elected next year?
Well, I'm in my 9th term. I mean, of course, that's a big proverbial if, that's up to the people.
Hey, you notice I let you slide this year on April Fools.
Yeah, it was on Saturday.
All right, got the rodeo coming up. What do we need to know?
Well, number one is this year, the only 2 places that you can buy your tickets in advance is at the sheriff's office and at Preston's Western Wear. We are going online with our ticket sales. You can buy them now online. You can go ahead and buy them at Preston's or at the sheriff's office, but you can buy your tickets online. And something that I want people to really think about and remember is this year you will designate when you buy your ticket whether you want them for Friday night or whether you want them for Saturday night. Now, you can still buy them at the gate each night, no problem on that. But if you want to go to our Limestone Sheriff's Office website, there's a link to where you can purchase your tickets, and you can purchase them online.
This year's rodeo, I'm real excited. We've got something we've never had before. That's our
Mike Wentworth.
Nah, Mike's been around for a while, but we've got miniature bronc riding. So we've got 5 to 12-year-old kids that'll be coming here. That'll be riding bucking Shetland ponies in the saddle bronc and in the bareback riding, and it's pretty exciting. I think people really gonna like
What's
it.
the parade and all that starts when?
The parade will be on the Saturday prior to the rodeo, which will be the 13th.
Street dance that Tuesday night.
Street dance will be on Tuesday night, the week
Special
of the
needs.
rodeo. Special needs will be on Friday morning prior, the day of the rodeo. And it's really, we've still got a couple of things left. I've been, this year has been kind of a roller coaster dealing with, Deb's been having a lot of problems. We were in Birmingham yesterday. We're going back for surgery on May the 1st, and hopefully that'll help her out a little bit. But she's having a tough time. But what I was going to say is we still have a couple of sponsorships that, if anyone's interested, that would be high visibility sponsorships at a rodeo.
You bleachers too.
And plus, you need to pay for your skybox.
The reason I ain't paid for that skybox yet is because it's not. We've been crowded out of it the last 2 years, and you moved us, and then you moved us back again, and we just can't. We can't operate out of it.
I need to find out if you want it or not, because I got a waiting list.
Well, I'll tell you, let somebody else have it, because I'm going to shoot on somebody else's this year, probably.
I'm serious, because I do have people wanting it.
All right, hey, thank you. I know you'll be back up here about every day you can for the next couple of weeks. Try to do something. Let's get over to the kitchen right now. See what's happening over there. Carlos is cooking up a storm, and.
What we don't have here today.
My chicken, my famous chicken. Refried beans, the only difference with these beans, of course, they have chorizo in them. These beans have not been mixed around. Chorizo's a favorite. These are more like pinto beans, the whole pinto beans. And all you do is pretty much put your chips down. These chips here are lime flavored, and they're gluten-free.
Yum.
You layer everything, okay? You layer everything, and of course that sliced avocado's on top. Okay. And just a reminder of the Fiesta Express.
You have to call Carlos. He has to come out and cook for you. Absolutely delicious.
I did one about 3 weeks ago with four women, and they absolutely loved it. Get on in here.
If you could only see her face, her eyes are about the size of a quarter.
That's because she wants some of this.
I know.
But they had a great time. It was a success. Like I said before, I'll come to your place. I'll clean your kitchen up. You'll have to do nothing whatsoever. I'll take care of you, and I may even sing you a little song.
How does it go as we find your number?
It is 931-347-7175. Call me. We can hook up, and you'll have a wonderful time in your Fiesta. It's getting summery out and nice and warm, and you'll have a good time.
All right, belt a tune as we go out this morning.
I dream of a city called Glory, so bright and so fair. When I enter the gates of that city, the angels all met me there. They carried me to mansion, and all the stars I see. But I said, I want to see Jesus, 'cause he's the one who died for me.
Carlos, one last thing. This salsa we're going to be talking about coming up here shortly. Tell us quickly.
I met her real quick last week at a bike night. She makes this out of Birmingham. Unbelievable. I make salsa, but this stuff is off the charts. You need to get a hold of it. It is called, of course, Magic City. Unbelievable, okay? Great. Suhasa.
Looking forward to that. All right, well, it's time for us to eat. Everyone have an absolutely glorious day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.